Question 8 is for Alan. How much money has Dan Patrick contributed to your campaign? How many of your mailers has Dan Patrick paid for?
Wow. Well, I don't have an exact number. I think Senator Patrick probably put about $20,000 into my campaign. I know that you can rest assured that the State Ethics Committee and the way the state handles this, that he's having to be very careful. Any of you that listen to Dan on the radio know that he's having to be very careful and fair about how he's handling the radio ads and how he's doing this. And everyone knows that they keep track of all that. And I'm totally convinced that, ladies and gentlemen, that Senator Dan Patrick, our senator, the one that represents District 130, is our voice in the Senate. I think it's important that we have a voice in the House. Senator Patrick, along with a lot of the other folks I mentioned to you a while ago, truly believes that we need someone that represent the views of the people of District 130 in the Texas House. And that's why he's supporting me in this campaign. And that's why 25 of 31 precinct chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even understand the role of precinct chairs until I got involved in this. I don't know how many of you have had a chance in your life in politics to get out and really interact in the community and work. You know, you go vote, you try to pay attention to who the candidates are. But these men and women, they're unbelievable. I mean, they block walk, they get out, they knock on doors. Speaking of that, when I got out of these precinct chairs and I started knocking on doors, I was really taken aback by the fact that, out here in the Tomball area, people know who I am. And some of the people out here knew who Farmer Van Arsdale was. But I got over into Copperfield, South Fair, different areas, I knock on doors, they don't know who their state rep is. And I told them, after I've been your state rep for 6 years, you'll know who I am. And I promise I'll meet with you, I'll talk to you, I'll interact with you, I'll get your input, and I'll try to make sure that what's important to you will be heard in Austin, and that I won't go up there and drink the Kool-Aid.
You didn't answer the question.
About the question or about what he said?
You have an opportunity to respond.
Well, I would love to own a radio station where I can just give my campaign funds to somebody else, maybe turn around and give them to my private business. That's an interesting way to convert money to personal use, it sounds like. But I think that, I'll tell you the history of this race, just since it's been brought up. The entire time I was in the legislature, up until February 2006, I was known as a conservative by the radio station. They used to have me on the show all the time, talk about how great I was and how I was fighting for the appraisal caps. And Dan used to call me all the time about my support for his bid for the Senate, and he used to have me on the air. And then I decided to support somebody else. And ever since that day, I have been trashed on the radio. I have been called liberal. I've been called lazy. Dan's been spending a lot of time trying to run somebody against me. That's fine. That's the American way. Nobody in the district would do it, so he got actually his Democrat opponent, Michael Kubash, to move into Cypress and run as a Republican. He actually filed for this seat back in the fall, District 130 state rep. And he started running. He had the same campaign manager as Alan Fletcher, the same campaign consultant as Alan Fletcher, the same campaign office as Alan Fletcher. You can go look at him at his commission. It's online. Then people found out that he was a Democrat, or had run as a Democrat, and he was a bail bondsman, and had trouble with that. So then he backed out, and then that's when Alan started running. And so, Alan's state rep is Rob Weisler, and Rob Weisler voted the same way I did on all these issues that Alan's so mad about right now.
Would I get to respond to that? We have plenty of questions.